Hey, welcome back to the Rockabilly Cooking Show. Well, today I am gonna do chili. Or just about 20 minutes ago, I started smoking up some beef chuck country style ribs that, that I put together into an indoor smoker. So let's put you over here. So right here is my indoor smoker. I showed you how I put it together and all that. So now it's time to take out the meat. Let me show you what the meat looks like. Right there, that's its meat. See, it's got a little cook, but so now I'm pretty sure it's got smoky flavor, smells to it. So over here, I got a pot right here. I'm gonna put on 6. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil. That's a little bit, add a little flavor. So, if I did this right, the moment I put this meat in here, I'd be able to smell the smokiness. I can smell it already. So, I'm going to put this in here, put all this meat. Now, this is a lot of meat, so a good trick of the trade is brown your meat in batches. There's a lot of meat here, so you want nice crusty brown meat. So let's turn it up a little bit. I've added salt, pepper, and smoked paprika, and of course the wood chips that I smoked it in there. Let's make sure that this can connect it. Okay. Thing is with about electric stoves, they can come loose. But so like I said, you want to do this in batches. Let me get a bowl over here. So I'm going to cook this up because you want your meat to be brown. So most chefs or chili masters or whatever, they will not give you their best. But today I'm going to give you one of my best. I'm going to do a basic competition chili. Hungry Man's chili. Just meat and sauce. So, I showed you everything I had in there. I already put smoked paprika in the meat. But I'll show you again, New Mexico chili powder, chili pepper. I got ancho chili pepper. Got California chili pepper. I got mesquite habanero right there. And then of course I'm going to put a little bit of jalapeno in there. So it's going to have a little heat and all that. I'm going to add some garlic powder. And then of course I have regular chili powder. And some cumin. So right now, like I said, I'm browning up the meat. It don't have to be completely done because it's going to cook for at least 90 minutes. The longer it cooks, the better it tastes. And like I said, I got a lot of meat here. You don't want to steam your meat, you want to brown it, so you want to do it in batches. And I did cut my meat right, so it's going to be more tender when I get done with it. Chuck roast is a pretty good fatty meat. That fat in it, that fat will give it a lot of flavor. And chuck roast has a lot of flavor to it. So salt, pepper is all you need, but I added a little smoked paprika. You want to make sure these fatty pieces are nice and crispy. So the whole key of making chili is low and slow. You want tender meat, full, melt in your mouth meat. So like I said, this is just going to be it's going to be a red sauce, meat and sauce only. No veggies, no beans. Some people like beans. I like beans, but this is competition chili. And it's usually and I don't use any fillers, so. My other chili has a little bit of fillers. It's black beans and all that. The black beans help it thicken up the sauce. So, the longer it cooks, the longer the sauce will get thicker. So, give it another minute, brown out here. So, I can smell the mesquite in here already. So this is what you're looking at, right there. It's not completely done, but just enough. That it needs a lot of, there's going to be a lot of flavor in here left over. So there's a bunch of meat in here. Like I said, you want your meat to be brown. Yeah. So I will cook off the rest of this meat. Nice little fatty piece. I'm going to keep that in there. So, like I said, I can smell the mesquite. I put this meat in here. The rest of this meat in here, brown it off. And then we'll add the rest of the meat back into it. And we'll brown that meat off. So, like I said, this is a long process chili. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start it off, and then if you want to see the finished product, then you go to my Facebook page, but there's a link. If you click on my profile, on the bottom of this video, it's going to show the link that you can go to, and you can watch the live version of my chili. And about 6:30 is when I'm going to do the live version of this show, of the finished product of the chili. So if you want to see the rest of this, then go to my Facebook page, the Fire Chief Facebook page, and you get to see the unveiling of the competition chili. And like I said, this is probably going to be one of the best, if not the best. My number one chili is the Jamaican Jerk Chicken Chili, which has undefeated. I have a Chicago chili that's third place, so I kind of know what I'm doing. like I said, since I did it right, I can smell the mesquite in this chili, most definitely. Oh yeah, you can smell the flavor. So I'll give it another minute of cook time. Let it, make sure that it's cooked or get a little brown and crispy. Some of the fat gets crispy. And don't worry about the fat, it's going to melt away with all that cook time. And don't worry about the size of the meat because it's going to break apart. When I'm at competitions, a lot of competitions you get maybe 90 minutes to about 3 hours to cook. So you better know what you're doing when it comes to competition. But if you have at least 3 hours to cook, I recommend it. You know, my little indoor contraption with smoking meat was pretty good. Took me 20 minutes, I got like just a kiss of mesquite. Kiss of smoke. If you really want to smoke the meat for a long time, you can put the wood chip spread around in the pan and put griddles like the raised griddles on top, you know, put foil, poke holes in them in there, and then put the meat on top and put it in the oven. And put the oven at about 250 degrees and cook it for about 2 hours and it'll be perfect. So, we're going to add the rest of the meat back in here. So, I'll be right back. I got regular tomato paste right here. I'm going to add a whole can of tomato paste to this. Or at least whatever I can get out of here. So, whole little can of tomato paste, stir it up, let it cook for a little bit. Now I have room temperature beef roast right here. But when I add all this, about tablespoon of ancho chili powder, California chili powder, about a tablespoon of that. Let's give it a little stir so we don't burn. And that's finished. I got New Mexico chili powder, about a tablespoon of that right there. And regular chili powder. Is that chili powder? Yes, it is. Regular chili powder. We're going to go about a tablespoon of that. Give it a little stir. And I got this, which is mesquite habanero. I'm going to, it's a grinder, so I'm going to grind it all and I give it that nice little heat. and about a teaspoon of cumin. Give that a stir. Now I'm going to add about half a cup of beef broth to the pot. So we're going to bring that to boil. So let me show you what we got here. Nice and brown. So you can see it was nice and brown in color. That's what a chili should look like. So at this point, I'm going to add a pickled jalapeno into the thing, just like it is. It's going to cook a while, so I'm going to break it down in there. But it's going to break down in there. It will fall apart. Don't worry about that. Because it can cook for, like I said, for at least 90 minutes. So at this moment, the meat has tightened up a little. It is tightened up, but after so much time, like after about 20 minutes, it's going to start relaxing. You know. And then, like I said, the longer you cook it, the better the flavors. So, I still have more to go, but let's give it a little taste. So now I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder, about a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to add some oregano, just a little. And a little pinch of basil. Tastes pretty good. It's going to have a lot of flavor. Bold, big, bold flavors. And like I said, the meat chunks are, I'll show you what they look like. See, that's a meat chunk. It tightened up, but we got, basically you cramped up the meat, and now you got to relax the meat. So I gotta taste. Let's see if I had to add more salt. Okay. Now I got basil, garlic, and oregano tomato sauce. 2 cans. So there's still sauce in there. So alright, add some hot water to get that tomato sauce out. Add some more. So, oh yeah, look at that. I wish you were here, you could smell it. That would be nice. So I added the tomato paste, I added some water, so I'm probably gonna have to add some more salt and pepper. So let's give it a stir. That's a very, very good flavor right there. I'm going to add a little bit more salt, nutmeg, a couple grains. And I don't need to add any more pepper. So I believe I add everything that I need. There we go. Give it a nice stir, give it a little more taste. Look at this. Oh wow. Nice mesquite flavor. Look at it. Now that's chili. Like I said, this is competition chili right here that I'm making right here. I'm stirring it up. So you can see it has already, the sauce has already tightened up. Let's bring it this way, so and that's what you want to look at, it should. Let's bring a little view. I'll show you. You see, look how thick that is. Good. Good sauce. Look. I'll show you the sauce. Look at it. See that? It doesn't need anything else. But I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you a little secret to my couple pinches of brown sugar. So I'm going to give this a stir. Because like I said, that jalapenos, I think it just disappeared in there. Yeah, I seen it. Let's give it a little taste. That is competition chili. Most definitely. So what I'm going to do is bring it to a boil, put it on simmer, put the lid on it, and let it cook for about an hour. And by then, all that meat should start falling apart. We'll check it. If it's still a little tight, we'll go ahead another few more minutes longer. But the way it looks now, look, the meat's getting there. It's tight, but it's loosening up. So